Jarace, how have you felt about your play and development just these last couple weeks, getting a couple more games of serious minutes?
I feel comfortable out there. I could feel that my teammates trust me, my coaching staff trust me, so it's just continuing to get that time in, continue to be comfortable out there and just continue to play my game.
Johnny, what did you make of the bench reaction to your dunk, and how did that play feel for you?
I actually haven't seen the bench reaction yet, but yeah, I'll have a look at it later. Yeah.
What were you feeling in that moment? I mean, your biggest NBA highlight today, I'm sure.
Yeah, I thought I started the game off pretty slow, just not as aggressive as I wanted to be. We came out of a timeout, and yeah, one of the coaches came up to me and said he thinks I got another level to get to, another gear. So I just went out and just tried to be aggressive as possible. Yeah.
How much do you think that aggression helped you in the scoring department throughout the rest of the game? You finished with a career high tonight.
Yeah, I think it helped. I think it's just more of a mindset thing. If I'm getting the opportunity to play, I just got to go out there and play as hard as I can. So it's definitely a mindset thing.
Jarace, I just saw your reaction. What did you think of that dunk?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Good job, you know. Put on that rim. That was really athletic.
Just, Jarace, to go back to your development, obviously it seems like the shot's come a long way. We talked a lot about that last year as something you were really working on, but the last couple of weeks, certainly you've been hitting a lot of threes, basically. What do you feel like is kind of broken out for you, just as far as hitting shots from distance?
I mean, it's my work. I get in every day, before, after, just get my shots up, and it's just consistency. Because I mean, if you do that day in and day out, it's going to be more comfortable with the more reps you get. So I feel like the main thing is reps. I mean, even when you don't feel like it after a back-to-back, like I'm probably going to gym again tomorrow, get some shots up, get some looks up, just continue to work and just be ready for anything.
How do you think that's just getting the shot to go in has helped the rest of your offensive game? And it seems like it opens up opportunities for you to go, make shots off the bounce, get to the rim. I mean, how do you feel like that's opened up a lot of other things for you to attack?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when you hear the coach saying, spray out to him, close out all the way, make him a driver, like, it's kind of what you want to hear. And then it just opens up so much other things on the floor. Driving, passing, a little bit of everything.
So obviously defense is something that certainly was a calling card for you coming in, and you've been in position to guard some high-level guys in this stretch, basically. What do you feel like you've learned from that period, and how you think you've grown in those scenarios?
Definitely being solid. You can't gamble, you can't overrun, you can't foul. Great players, they see all of that before it even happens. You can't reach. You just got to stay solid and just trust your feet. I feel like it just really comes down to that, just staying as solid as you can and just making it tough. Because at the end of the day, they're still high-level players. So just take away what you can and be solid on that end.
John, I think Rick's talked a lot, and other people talked about it, like...
Sorry, I'm having trouble with the connection.
Didn't mean to do that. Siri thought I was talking to them. I apologize. As far as just playing with the physicality, certainly been able to rebound at the G League level. You had a couple buckets tonight where you drove through contact. What's it been like just to get used to the level of physicality, and how do you think you've grown in that area?
Yeah, it was a big adjustment. These are grown men. So it was something that I kind of had to really kind of think about how. I enjoy playing against physicality. It's something I think comes pretty natural to me. But yeah, I think just trying not to back down, just trying to hit first, that sort of thing. But I think just as I continue to grow and my body starts to fill out, I think that's going to become a lot easier for me to get around.
Is there a period or a time this year when you noticed the difference, when you could tell that you were a lot more not only comfortable, but a lot more sort of physically prepared for that?
I don't think I was ever uncomfortable with it, but it's something that kind of I can start thinking about less. But as I said, I'm putting on a lot of weight, so that's kind of become more easy.
Bit of a random one, Johnny, but noticed you and Ben Shepard on the bench kind of when Ty hits a big shot. Like, you both put up zeros and you're pointing all over the place. So I'm just kind of wondering what the story is behind that.
Me and Shep kind of, I don't know where it came from, but we've got a kind of celebrations for everyone. A couple of the guys, we got unique.
He didn't answer the question. It's all y'all come here, zero did it.
Yeah, that's it. Kind of started off with pointing at whoever is guarding Ty, and then just throwing up a zero. But yeah, I think we have a lot of fun on the bench.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, fellas.
Awesome.
Rick, what's you got sideways in that second and third quarter, especially on the defensive end?
Well, the ending of the first quarter was poor execution. We had a 2-point lead. We threw a long pass. It turned into a frantic play where a shot was blocked, and then they scored to tie it up. So we should have had at the very least a 2-point lead in the last shot of the quarter, and that was a bad way to go into the second quarter. And then they were great. They played a great quarter. Our defense was obviously poor, and they had a lot of guys that got going. So, disappointing. And third quarter, not much better.
What stood out to you all year about the way Johnny Furphy attacks his development, culminating with the night he had today?
He's just a pure competitor. Everything about him is pure. Doesn't have a selfish bone in his body. Does everything hard. Does everything with the right spirit. And tonight, he was obviously a bright spot in this game. Just with the activity, the running, the dunks are, people get excited when a young player makes a play like that. But it's just, his overall vibe is a winning vibe.
You have another game that you might be focused on, so didn't know if you'd want to comment on the fact that your first round matchup is locked up, and if you had any thoughts on the Bucks.
They're great. They got one of the best players, they have two of the best players in the world, and we're all too familiar with how lethal they are as a team, and they've gotten better this year. They've got more depth, they've got more shooting, more size, better defense, and so many challenges.
Obviously, you mentioned before that Ben and Jarace were going to have a lot of opportunity to play, and they obviously did, and you obviously left them out there for a lot of the fourth. How did you see them kind of work through things? Obviously, they each turned the ball over 5 times. There's some stuff that you might not have wanted to see, but how did you sort of see them work through rough spots in this game?
Well, games like this are a great opportunity for those guys, and this is where young players find out what the responsibility of being a starter is all about. It's not just about more opportunity to touch the ball, to score, and those kinds of things. It's a responsibility to be a caretaker of the game, for your teammates too. And so they both had some bright spots and a lot of rough spots. And it's not easy being a young player and not having the support of some of your better players out there on the floor. That's the other thing. It becomes a thing where you're kind of on your own, and you realize how important the high level players are to the functioning of the ecosystem. And so both those kids are hard workers. They'll learn from it, and they'll be better for it.
Just obviously a couple other guys get more time because of this. Ray J. Dennis, I think, got 10 points in the fourth. Tony Bradley has a lot of rebounds. What'd you just think of their performances? Basically, they're a rare opportunity for them to get some real time.
Yeah, I thought those guys competed well. Ray J is another very easy player to like. Again, he's got a very positive, upbeat spirit. He's resourceful. He's unselfish. He's tough, and he did a lot of things to get the thing down to some kind of a reasonable number in the fourth quarter. We know Tony can rebound. He's got a good feel. Enrique Freeman went in there and he goes hard. He's physical. He hits people. He rebounds. So happy for those guys to have the opportunity. And now, we got to move on to Sunday.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Thanks, Rick.